What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Belligerence. Like, comment, share, and or subscribe. All right, so yeah, man, didn't get a I haven't gotten a message. I've just been kind of like shuffling my cards and stuff all day. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna see what's coming out, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's see what the universe got for us today. I love reading. That's what it looked like. Yeah, I love reading. All right, so first and foremost, we got dirty money out here. Got Bonnie and Clyde. Got Frenemy. Got Heart to Heart in reverse. Got Love Bombing. Got what is this? Kinky Ways in reverse. And you got Turned in reverse here. Okay, so yeah, off rip, this look kind of like a love reading or whatever. Somebody could be in a relationship with somebody who, I guess, I don't want to say that they're a scammer, but it's kind of give me the vibe of somebody who, they get money, and technically the way that they do it is legal. Somebody, I guess it's like somebody's in a relationship with somebody with like a 9 to 5, maybe even, maybe, I don't know. It's kind of giving me the vibe where it's like they make money, but maybe they don't make a whole lot doing what they do. Something like a Bonnie and Clyde energy or whatever. But there's something about this person's friends that is giving them the wrong information. Pretty much, it's kind of like you being in a relationship with somebody and maybe they don't make as much money as you, kind of vibe, with dirty money in reverse out here. And you know, together you guys might complement each other. Essentially is the vibe I'm getting here. You guys work, you both come from different backgrounds or whatever it may be. But from the vibe I'm getting here is that, you know, whoever this person is kind of like your ride or die, you know. I could see them being dedicated to the relationship that you guys got. But also, I also see something about fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions. Whether you're in a relationship with this person and they have hidden intentions with you, it kind of give me the vibe either them or their friend group have hidden intentions. Basically, if it's this person, it's kind of like it's a one-sided love affair, essentially, where somebody knows that you get your money, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe somebody sees that you get your money legit, and they're trying to be the Bonnie to your Clyde, or Clyde to your Bonnie. Somebody's trying to work with you so that they could betray you later, is the vibe I'm getting here. So it's almost like they're pretending to be something that they're not in order to, you know, basically appease you. Yeah, you got love bombing here. With this love bombing energy, it's like they're overly attentive. They shower with true affection, and they do this for personal gain. Kind of giving a vibe of what a narcissist do, where when they first meet you or whatever, it's like they're really kind, compassionate, loving. You know what I'm saying? That kind of vibe or whatever. And then as the relationship goes on, it's kind of like quid pro quo. Basically, it's a quid pro quo relationship in which they give you something, but they want something in return. You know what I'm saying? And they're just building up for what they want in return. Got Kinky Ways in reverse here. Whoever this person is, it give me the vibe that they basically are sexually open. So this could be somebody who, not necessarily kinky, but definitely, you know, kind of give me the vibe of like a freak. Somebody who likes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got some kink, well, I ain't gonna say kinks, but they definitely got some, they're kind of like a traditional, almost like a traditional lover. Or kind of give me the vibe of somebody who, I don't know, it's kind of like they steer you in just enough to get your mind to wonder about them sexually. But it's kind of like they don't act on it. They give you just enough to keep you sexually interested so that you're more willing to give more. And then then they kind of like take advantage of you, the vibe I'm getting here. And then you got turned in reverse, turned up in reverse. This has to do with like surface pleasure, sex, drugs, alcohol. Whoever this person is kind of like, yeah, maybe they used to be like a party animal back in the day or something like that, or they was, but now it's kind of like they're trying to hide the fact that they have kinky ways and that they are really a party animal and a player. So, yeah, that's the vibe that I'm getting here with this. So let's see what's going on here. I don't know if you guys ever got this deck or not, but this is a really good deck. What is it called? It's called Our World Today. And there's a reader here on Facebook. I mean, why I say Facebook? There's a reader here at YouTube that made this. It's called Our World Today. And her name is Sag Girl Tarot. If you ever get a chance, go check her out, Sag Girl Tarot. Yeah, I like these cards. I really like them. I like the artwork that she got connected to the cards too. But I really like these. Okay, let's go here. So you got the Mask, the Soul Tie, the Sage, Polly's in reverse, and the Stoner. Okay. All right, so like I say, basically you got someone who is in a soul tie connection that is masking themselves. Basically, this is definitely a female. She's pretending to be something that she's not. She has the number 13. I'll show you. She has the number 13 on her shirt. That kind of gives me the vibe of what is that? Can't remember what's the name of that card is in tarot. But 13 has to do with like social mechanism. She might be tapped in, plenty of friends, and that kind of vibe. It's kind of like she's tapped in some kind of way with social mechanism. Either that, or she know how to go through social order. Number 36 out here, which is the darkening of light. This essentially gives me the vibe of somebody who is like masking their true intentions, or somebody who have this way of being like a enemy. They're basically they're behind enemy lines when they deal with you, because it's kind of giving me the vibe of somebody who is working with the op, but they're trying to get close enough to you, or they're like basically soul tying themselves to you to understand what you got going on, and then they're going to later try to bring you down with it or whatever. Whoever this person is with this soul tie connection here, the number 32 has to do with endurance. So this person could already be in a relationship or something of that nature already. Yeah, either that, or this person wants to be in a relationship with you. This could give me like, this kind of give me like the Bonnie and Clyde energy, where it's like, you know, whoever this person is, maybe, okay, I'm starting to see. So there's this relationship. Okay, you're in this relationship, right? Or you might be dating somebody, or somebody just come in, whatever it may be. You guys may see each other as soulmates, you know, Bonnie and Clyde energy, or whatever it may be, right? Whoever this person is, they make money. They make legal money. They're just like they've been, I don't know if they're cleaning up their life, or they used to have a job where they used to scam people or something like that, and now they're kind of like transitioning into like a better paying job, or they got a job that covers up the fact that they scam or something like that. It's almost like they have a day-to-day job or something like that to cover up their scams, or people that they scammed in the past or something like that. Something about a mask, like this person maybe this person used to scam people or something like that, and now they're going, you know what I'm saying, they're cleaning up their life. Maybe they used to steal from people and stuff like that, and now they're cleaning their lives back up. And you're in a relationship with this person or whatever. Now, there is somebody who's spiritual out here. I see the Sage out here. Let me show you the Sage card. There's somebody who's like a sage or a frenemy or something of this person. Maybe this person has somebody who's like spiritual, who's really actually a frenemy of theirs, who's been telling them different stuff about you behind the scenes. Probably been reading off your energy, or just pretty much just telling them like, hey, I saw this in this person's energy, I saw that in this person's energy, or whatever it may be, and giving them a heads up and stuff like that about you, so that this person can pretty much infiltrate the relationship that you guys got, to distort the heart-to-heart connection that you guys have. Basically to inspire this person to be dishonest with you, pretty much anything. Pretty much this spiritual person is telling one of you guys almost everything there is to know about that person in order, but it's designed to get one person to walk away. So if the spiritual person is the female's friend, this is a female friend who sees what's in your life. Let's say if you're a masculine and the other person is you're a masculine and this is a female, or if you're a female and this is a masculine, right? Well, I'll do the female first. You're a female and you're dating a man, right? This man has there's a spiritual person in this person's energy. I'm thinking it's another female who looked at you guys' relationship and see how it's going to prosper, and been trying to convince him to walk away from you, leave you alone, and been dispersing all your secrets and telling intimate things about you and them. Some of it is true, some of it is exaggerated, but kind of giving the vibe of propaganda, in which this spiritual person is picking and choose what to tell in order to get you to arrive to a certain conclusion, instead of telling the entire picture or the entire circumstance about something. Okay. And so as a result of that, it's kind of like this person is pretty much trying to say that you're love bombing this person. Part of the conversation had to do with like you being a love bomber, and that something about sex and partying. Like I don't know if they're saying something about sex not being enjoyable with you or something like that. And also something about partying, where it's like you partying, not, well, turned in reverse has to do with like you not being, something about, let's see here. With turned in reverse, it kind of give me the vibe of somebody who used to drink a lot or something like that, or how you changed your life around. So it definitely has something to do with like that, like how you change, how your life changed around. So if this is a female, if you're a female, this spiritual woman is telling this man about your sex life, and also how you changed from being partying and stuff like that, and how you used to party and stuff like that back in the day. So it's kind of like somebody's going through your Akashic records and picking out different stuff from your Akashic records to disperse and tell this new person that's in your life, because they know that this is the Bonnie to your Clyde, or Clyde to your Bonnie. Now if you're a male, it's the opposite, where this woman is connected to someone who is spiritual, and they're telling, and this spiritual person is telling them all this stuff about you. You know what I'm saying? And basically they're trying to say that you're a love bomber and all this other stuff or whatever, right? You got poly in reverse here. So maybe this person was in a polyamorous relationship with this person, but it broken up. So maybe one of both of you are walking away from some kind of polyamorous situation here. As you walk away from this situation, this spiritual person is still watching and keeping the eyes and tabs on it and stuff like that. But it just kind of giving the vibe like, basically just jealousy over a love connection or relationship. And then you have stoner here. So one or both of you could definitely be some, stoners. With you being the stoner or whatever, or them, it kind of give me the vibe of, one of you is just really chill compared to the others. Well, all the stuff that this person is telling, like, even though this person is doesn't have your permission to give out your spiritual information like this, one of you is just real chill and just laid back and cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not really stressed or worried about what you hear or anything like that. It's kind of like two chill, laid back people are coming together. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, everybody has a past. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let me see here. Also, I have one more. I got the healer here, and I got divine feminine in reverse here. Yeah, okay. So each card has a clarifier. So with the illegal, what is that? What was this one here? there was mass with dirty money or whatever. Yeah, it's coming out that everything that somebody has been working legit. So maybe that's what it is. This sage was trying to, this spiritual person was trying to figure out how you make your money, or figure out your career chances and stuff like that, and was comparing it to the other person. So yes, it definitely gave me the vibe that this spiritual person has looked into your money. And I guess this person thought that you was doing something illegal, or that you were dishonest about something, or dishonest about your lifestyle in some kind of way. But the truth is like, you know, I guess they thought it was a mask. They thought you were just, you know, whatever. But, you know, it's coming out that you are who you say you are, or how you've been getting this money is exactly the way that they say. And then you got Bonnie Clyde, clarified by the soul tie. So yes, whoever this person is that you're with, you are definitely gonna, you definitely are soulmates. There's definitely a soulmate connection here with these two. And then with the sage, you got frenemy. Yeah, that's that spiritual lady, that little spiritual person. It could be a female, whether you're male or female, male or female. It could be a spiritual female that's involved. Now you got polys out here in reverse here, so it kind of give me with this right here, the heart to heart in reverse. It's kind of like whoever this person is, they're not being, if they're in a polyamorous relationship, they're not being honest with the person that they're with. It's kind of like I don't know if they fell out of love with this person, or if the love that once that was there isn't there anymore. I need to slide these down. Wait, which one? No, that's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the relationship is not what it used to be anymore. There's no love in this relationship anymore. It's kind of like what they say, where it's like two, what, you know, 3 is a crowd basically. 2 is love, 3 is a crowd. Kind of give me that vibe, where if this person was in a polyamorous relationship, it's breaking up because there's no more love there. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the stoner with love bombing here. Yeah, somebody, it's like somebody is craving that love and that affection and stuff like that. And maybe they have been resorting to getting, you know, smoking weed to avoid the fact that they need, whoever this person is, need love in their life, whether it's you or the other person. One of you have been smoking or using some kind of escapism because, you know, you, because of the situation you just left had drained you of, you know, you feel like it drained you of the love that you know you deserve. It seemed like the person that you was in a relationship before just kind of like love bombed you, where it's like they gave you all this love and attention, and after a while they just kind of took it away from you, and now you resorting to escapism in order to cope with that, is the vibe I'm getting here. But with this person that you're with now, I don't think you're gonna have to do that. And also there's some sexual healing that needs to take place here with the healer out here over kinky ways in reverse. So let's say if you're a male, the female you're in a relationship with, she used to have some kind of kinky ways that she kept swept under the rug, or that she kept quiet about, or whatever. But she's healing herself from that, from the way she used to be. Same thing with the males. Maybe back in the day, the men used to do whatever, and now this man is healing from all that kind of thing, or whatever. Which is highly important, because if this is the divine connection, it's important for you both to match the same octave, okay? So whatever healing work you did, it's important that the other person do too, so that you guys can stay on the same page, essentially, right? Now with this healing part, it also goes deeper, because if this is a twin flame relationship or whatever like that, what generally happens in a situation like that is that you have that other person's old energy lingering around, and especially sexually or whatever, right? And what happens is, whenever that person want to come back, they'll keep coming in and out of the person who you're with life. And what it does is it takes a piece of them with them each time they come in and come out. And as a result, it takes a piece of you with it too. So as it taking a piece of you and them with it back and forth, or whatever it may be, that creates voids in your relationships and stuff like that, until essentially it just breaks. And then you're both feeling empty. That person feels full. So it's almost like somebody is trying to come in, and if you know, basically, if you don't do this healing work, if you don't heal yourself or whatever you used to be back in the past, because I mean, everybody got a past, okay? And if you don't heal yourself from this energy, whatever this is, whoever this female or male is. If you don't heal yourself from whatever it was that you was dealing with your ex, what's gonna happen is it's gonna allow certain energies to come into your relationship that you're in right now. So let's say if you still fantasize about that old ex or whatever, and you're in a new relationship. By you fantasizing about that old ex and the stuff that y'all used to do or whatever, it kind of like opened up that door or portal for that old energy to leak back in. And as a result, you'll start aligning with it. And once you start aligning with it, you'll start aligning your partner with it. So then eventually that person becomes the same energy of who you just left, essentially, is what it would be. Which means that will put you in a karmic cycle again, all over again. So definitely take the time to heal mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's okay to smoke. In my opinion, I don't have anything against people who smoke weed. I just have something against people who do drugs that hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain drugs is not good for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but maybe, yeah, definitely do the healing work. Because if you do the escapism, you'll be escaping every week. But if you do the healing work, that's something that'll last a lifetime. And it'll open you up for more and better, it'll open you up for more things to come into your life. But what I'm seeing here is like there's definitely somebody who's healing from some kind of sexual deviance that they used to be involved in. This is a healing something healing for them. Okay, not just that, you have divine feminine in reverse doing turn. So yeah, whoever this person is that you're in a relationship with, they may have used to be a divine feminine, but they stepped down from their divine feminine energy and became karmic the moment that they started like partying and stuff like that in the past. So I'm not sure if there'll ever be a divine feminine again, but I can say that they're on the right path. Since they're doing this healing work and on this healing journey, and basically it's kind of like they're coming from the bottom back up to the top to their divine feminine energy. It's like somebody is en route to their divine feminine energy. This divine feminine in reverse, this is definitely some kind of, maybe there's also another female involved that's a karmic as well. Because I'm seeing one man that's surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah, one man surrounded by, no, I see 2 different men. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women here. But most of them, these women are surrounded by one person for the most part. Now, with this divine feminine energy here, it kind of gives me the vibe of somebody who is like, maybe not, it's like they may have like a karmic debt that they got to pay off, basically, or they're rebuilding themselves back to their divine status. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like somebody fell from grace and they're trying to rebuild themselves back up. So, all right, so let's see what is going on in terms of the universe and how it correlates with you. See what the universe has to say to you about this situation. Okay, I guess I'll do 7. So, first of all, the universe is saying pay attention, okay? When it comes to that financial thing about the illegal money or whatever in reverse or whatever, like I say, it kind of gives me the vibe that somebody was involved in something illegally at one point and they're turning away from illegal acts and deeds and stuff like that. So just kind of pay attention to what you talk about in terms of like finances and stuff with other people. Especially if you're in this relationship, just pay attention to it, because it looks like somebody has someone spiritual who was probably instructing them on how to get over on you and how to get money out of you. You also have bravery here. So with bravery here, essentially bravery is gonna be more guided towards, this is new, okay? When you fall in love or whatever, or especially after you've been in a relationship after relationship, or you just want to take it to, you haven't been in a relationship in a while, or whatever it may be. One thing that I learned is that how you're not in the same cycle is when everything is new. There's going to be something new about the cycle. There's going to be something different about the cycle. Okay? And that part is going to require you to be brave, or to use bravery. Okay? Because whatever is designed to work against you or break you apart starts with fear. It's going to try whatever it is. When this person, or like if anybody try to break you up, if anybody tried to do anything ill towards this relationship, it's going to start in a form of fear. In order for it to take root, it's going to require them to strike fear in either you or the other person. So you both have to have bravery at this time. Okay? Bravery is important, and don't be afraid to connect with this person. That's another thing, because it's kind of, you know, when it's something new or whatever, communication is going to be key in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is, like I say, you got that spiritual person hanging around out here who basically is going to try to disclose a lot of different stuff about the other person and you, or even, you know, just spy for the most part. This is why communication is key. This is why communication is important. Okay? It's the communication part that's the most important here. Because communication has a way of dissolving barriers. Okay? It dissolves barriers between you and that other person. So it's very important to be, you know, communicative. If you can't communicate honestly and openly without some kind of repercussion, sometimes that's not where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like you should be able to communicate with that without that person reacting in some kind of way. I'm saying like if you're afraid to communicate with the person that you're with openly and honestly, you may not need to be with that person, because that communication barrier is it's going to catch up, and it's going to be a weakness that could be used against you in your relationship later. Then you have break free here. Yeah. So yes, whoever this person was, they did break free from a polyamorous situation or a relationship, but it was one-sided, because it kind of gave me the vibe that the person that they was in a poly with really was into the other person more than this person. But instead of like breaking it off and just saying, hey, you know, I like her better, this person just, you know, pretty much kept the other person and left this person that you're dating to fend for themselves. You see what I'm saying? But the person that you're dating finally broke free from whatever this was, whatever this hole was. And you have belief in reverse here. With love bombing and the stoner and stuff like that, it's kind of like a wait and see kind of vibe that this person was taking towards the relationship, which is understandable, because they don't believe that you are as good as as good as you say you are. It's kind of like a trust issue as a result of the previous relationship that they were involved in, basically, right? That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. This person doesn't believe that you are who you say you are. Maybe because this person dealt with a lot of ingenuine people, or you don't believe this person is who they say they are. Sometimes when you get someone or you attract somebody who may seem too good to be true, sometimes it is, right? But sometimes it's exactly what you manifested. So it's up to you to know the difference. And then you got healer and you got kinky ways in reverse here. I see change in reverse here. So yeah, even though this person has changed a lot, or this person, I'll put it like this person may have like some kinky ways that they may or may not told you about, but it doesn't look like they're trying to change those kinky ways either. At first, it looked like, I thought that they were healing from it, but because change came out in reverse, it kind of like resistant to change their kinky ways. So this person may still be into some of the stuff that they were into when they were in a poly. You know what I'm saying? But you're consenting, you're both adults. So depending on what it is, if it's something you can get into or that you're into too, y'all might be a match made in heaven. But if it's something like you're not into, you know, I'm just giving you a heads up that this person may come with kinks. Like there's some things that really turn them on that they learned from the previous relationship that maybe they never done before, but it really, you know, they found out that it really, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. This person I don't see this person changing whatever their kinks is. So that would be another part of the conversation that you guys might want to have about kinks, turn-ons and turn-offs and stuff like that, you know. Or you could just explore a few things and just find out together, you know. Then you have resolution in reverse here. With resolution in reverse, you have sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures, and party animal in reverse turn, with divine feminine in reverse, and you also have resolution in reverse here. It looks like they still have some unresolved issues when it comes to their party life. So I'm not exactly sure what that's all about. I can pull cards and see what this unresolved issue is, and we'll go from there. So I guess I'm gonna pull on the mask, the kinky ways, and the let's see, the mask, the kinky ways, and the unresolved. What's unresolved in this situation? Okay, let's see what's going on with the mask. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's start with the mask. The Moon card, the Ten of Cups, and the Five of Wands out here. So there's some kind of battle that they're fighting with their happiness in terms of what they're hiding, especially with their money. It's kind of like this person is hiding the fact that they're competing. You know, wait. Okay, so this person has some kind of anxiety that's connected to defending their home or their love. All right, so you know, when I was saying about the finance situation, about paying attention, and the mask, and the what is that, the dirty money in reverse, this person may make good money without having to do anything illegal, right? So basically this person is anxious about it because they know that something like that is kind of like in demand. They know that you're a person that could be in demand, almost like you can have almost anybody that you want. And now it's like they're in anxiety trying to figure out who they have to fight to keep this happiness with you. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. Like somebody is anxious about, you know, they are happy with you, but it kind of like there's competition there, or you might have to compete with others for this person's happiness, is the vibe that I'm getting here. But you know, there's definitely some competition for happiness in this situation. All right, so let's look at the kinky ways. All right, so with the kinky ways aspect, you got Page of Swords in reverse, the Four of Pentacles, and you got the Two of Wands out here. Oh. Okay. So basically with this kink in reverse, it's kind of like this person, I don't know if this person is like self-conscious about the sex or something like that. It's kind of like this person is like it's like this person may really like you or whatever, right? But the thing is that they might be self-conscious about their sex game, is the vibe that I'm getting here. Something like that. Maybe because the person that they were with made them feel like that they were bored with them. So now they're trying to make sure that you don't get bored with them too. But in reality, the other person that they were with in a polyamorous relationship, they were really satisfied with the person. It's just that they wanted to, this person is a manipulator. So basically they got off on the person that they was in a relationship with got off more on being manipulative to this person and making this person feel like they was lower than what they were. That was the sexual kink of the person that they were in a poly with. But I'm guessing the game got old with them and they wanted to apply it to somebody else, or they just changed the rules of the game by kicking this person, or you know what I'm saying, you know, making this person desire them or want them really bad. And it led to this person just being fed up with the whole situation and walking away, which is actually the kink of the person they was in a poly relationship with, because now the person that's in a poly relationship with them is going to see it as they're going to try to manipulate the situation and pursue this person again, is the vibe I'm getting here. They're going to try to pursue that person again in order to get them to come, have sex or come back or whatever it may be. But the reason why they're doing that is because to them this is a big sexual game. This person gets sexually excited from manipulation, deceit, and deception. So you and this person may have some kind of healing love or relationship or relations, right? Which is 100% different than the other person. The other person maybe like to tie them up or keep them in compromising positions and stuff like that. Because I'm also seeing that too, where there's this kink of being tied up, BDSM. So this person may have a BDSM kink where it's like they like to be tied up, they like to be held down, and all that other stuff is the vibe that I'm getting here. Yeah. Something about control too. This person like to give and give and take control. Something about giving and taking control. So yeah, this is definitely somebody you might tie up or something in the bedroom or something like that. But like I say, with consenting adults, you both are consenting adults, so it's up to you guys. And then you got unresolved issues. So let's see what this unresolved issue thing is. So with the unresolved issues, you got the Hermit card, you got the Ace of Cups, and you got the Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. Yes, this person is definitely unsure in love. This person has been betrayed in love more times than they could count. And it's kind of like them coming across you, it kind of put them in that teeter where it's like, if they knew that you were on some BS, it will be okay with, it will be kind of like better for them, because then they could like love you from a distance, stay closed off, not explore any emotions, they don't have to grow, they get the sex from you that they want, and it will just be a hedonistic bliss for them. You see what I'm saying? Now, and the other option is like if they, actually love, or do the actual love work or whatever, you know what I'm saying, where they fall in deep again, and it puts them at risk of being hurt and wounded and stuff. But it's the catalyst that they can use in order to expand and grow in the opposite direction, will put them back in that divine feminine energy. So if this is your story, basically this is what's up, and this is not, doesn't mean I'm holding back from you, basically. So if you are karmic divine feminine and this up to this point it was your story, basically you might have two lovers, right? You got you got two circumstances here of this unresolved issue, right? Whether it's to explore your feminine side and just be out here and whatever you may be, because either side, me myself, I really can't judge, you know what I'm saying? But it's like this: if you want to get back into that divine feminine nature, it's going to require love. And this love doesn't always have to be derived in another person. It could be, I love myself too much to put myself in this position. I love myself too much to love this person who's just going to play me later. I love myself too much to give all this to this person when I know they're just going to leave, even though I just want to feel their presence for the night. You see what I'm saying? I'm putting too much of myself in jeopardy in order to be loved by this person. Like, what are you putting up to be loved by this person? What are you putting up? What is the price for you to, what price are you paying to love or be loved is basically the question here. What price are you paying for it though? You know what I'm saying? That price, the price that you pay for it is what going to determine if you're going to be a divine masculine, divine feminine, karmic, or in the light. Because what I'm seeing here is that there's definitely a counterpart for you. If you're a divine feminine, whether you're male or female, there's a person out here for you that's trying to get you to open up. When they get you to open up, yes, it hurts. When that person leaves, it hurts. It hurts really bad. If that person falls short in any way, shape, or form, it hurts. When you have your mind calibrated to believe that this is what true love is going to be, and this person falls short of that, it hurts. But the thing is that a part of that love is you're expecting, one thing I had to learn is like when I calibrated my mind like that, was that I was expecting love to be calibrated to a certain degree. You see what I'm saying? Now, even now, I'm still learning that people are going to fall short. They're going to fall short. But in that aspect, it makes love more like a give and take, okay? where I can give a little bit more, I can give much more, but I can't give much more all the time. If I give much more all the time, that person loses respect for you, and then you don't have anything, and now you're wounded, and you have to heal yourself, and you have to start from back here and build yourself back up to where you were. And then when love comes back in, guess what? You're skeptical of it like you are right now. Now, if you don't give enough, you're forcing that person to exert themselves until they get tired, and then they're going to walk away, and they're going to find somebody who's going to heal them. And that's why it's important that you be on the same octave in a relationship, is because, let's say if you got a partner who's giving too much of themselves all the time, you know what I'm saying? It drains them. So what do? They go out of the relationship. They may, and if they stay, they may go out of the relationship and they may cheat, because they're going to go and cheat with somebody who's going to fill them back up, and then they're going to come back and then continue to keep trying to make this work. So you're going to have two people who are empty, or have a void in their life. Because 9 times out of 10, that other person is going to be like, well, dog, like, yo, I thought, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? That's why that matching is important. If you give too much of yourself all the time, that person loses respect for you and leaves. If you don't give enough of yourself, then that person will see you as cruel, and they're going to leave. You see what I'm saying? So it's about a balance. You can give too much. You can give not, you know what I'm saying? You can give too much, and you can give not enough sometimes. But when it becomes habitual and it's overexerting, guess what? You're draining that. You're pulling on something you shouldn't be pulling on for too long. And then guess what? That person walks away. Shorts out, just walks away. You see what I'm saying? So yes, basically this resolution resides in a trust issue, right? With the Hermit card out here. There's somebody, whoever this person is, they're taking their time and they're examining their heart, trying to make sure that this isn't a game, that it's legit, that they're not being fooled, that there's not some kind of, sneakiness involved, right? Because somebody very well in the background, like I say, you got that spiritual person. That spiritual person could be looking at looking into their life too, and trying to see what pieces and parts of their life is like a weak spot, a soft spot, and they're distributing information based on soft spot in that person. Like say, if for example, like say if I'm like, okay, I want to be in love. I love this person. I genuinely love this person, but because of my past experiences, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that drives a manual. It's dumb, whatever, okay? It drives a manual, right? And my spiritual friend, this person, they drive, they this and that, and most of the cars that they had was manual, but I'm gonna leave it up to you to make that decision. It's kind of like, oh shoot, this person check off the box here where like they got their own money, they look good, she's fine, she's this, she's that, but she drives a manual. Now my mind is calibrated to focus on that one part of the whole picture of negligence. Like, man, I really don't want to deal with no manuals. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm an automatic kind of person, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what this is. There's some kind of wound in this person, that this person has unresolved issues in love. This person has unresolved issues in love. So as a result, I mean, we all have our wounds, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a wound, everybody has something that they're afraid of in love. But lately, it's been a lot of people who don't want to get played, basically. You know what I'm saying? People just don't like to feel played, But in reality, it's like, this person has a lot of love and compassion for you, though. You got the Ace of Swords out here. Yeah. The only way for this person to come out of this reverse divine feminine energy is to be true with themselves, honest and truthful with themselves. Now, in order for them to be honest and truthful with themselves, they have to create that kind of atmosphere inside of themselves. Because a lot of times, we hear what the truth hurts, right? So when we tell ourselves the truth, guess what? It hurts. Now, when we focus on that pain, it causes us to be defensive. So now we don't want to hear truth from ourselves. And we don't want to hear truth from ourselves, we don't want to see the truths in others. You see what I'm saying? You see how that ties together? The truth, it hurts. It's gonna hurt. Sometimes it ain't no easy way unless you just pour it down with laughter, which is where comedy comes from. Bits and pieces of the truth drenched in humor, so it goes down smoother. But the fact that the pain is there, the pain is still there, but it's how it's dressed up. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, whoever this person is, they're gonna have to come face to face with their truths. They're gonna have to have that mental clarity. It's like they're gonna have to create some kind of truth in them and like, look, honestly, I'm afraid of this happening and I really don't want it to happen. Now you have to make an executive decision. Like, is it worth the new beginning? Or, because if it's not worth the new beginning, or if it's not worth what you can gain from it, then guess what? Go back to you just go back to the old cycle. That's it. Just go back to the old cycle. Find somebody who you can just be comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And either way, or just be alone. You know? 4 wands out here, yeah. So once you balance this out, whoever this person is, once you find your niche or whatever, you create that sense of honesty within yourself so that you can communicate honestly. That right there will let you be honest about what you're afraid of happening in this relationship. Because once you be able to communicate with that within yourself, and you're open and you're honest about what you're afraid of happening, now you can explore why you're afraid of it. What are you so afraid of? Most of the people who are afraid of something happening in a relationship, most of them aren't afraid of it actually happening. They're more afraid of it getting out. And the relationship, a lot of the stuff that goes on in this day and time is basically streamed all over the internet. Back in the day, you can get a fight with somebody, go to a couple neighborhoods over, nobody know a thing. Nobody will care. You can move a couple state over or a couple houses down sometimes, and nobody would ever know. But now you get into a fight, everybody pull up their phones, they record it, and people know about it for years and years. You know what I'm saying? For years. It's always on the internet. If anybody bring it up, guess what? Bam, there it is. You know what I'm saying? We're in an information age. So, and another thing is like a lot of the relationships, I noticed that a lot of the relationships started deteriorating the moment that we started having more of those shows on television, like reality shows on television. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that is staged. Most of it is staged already. You know what I'm saying? But it calibrates a lot of people's mind into, oh, what would you do in that situation? You see what I'm saying? And now you're going through life prepared for situations like this because you already had time to think about and calibrate your mind to a certain octave, waiting on it to happen. So that's why you have a lot of women that was like, you know, if he ever cheat on me, because they saw it in a reality show, I'm going to do that to them. And guess what? They go and they go do it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that too, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, whoever this is, you got options here. You know, either you can create that that truthful nature inside yourself and see yourself for who you are in those emotions and track it back to where it began. And, you know, just because you track it back doesn't mean that you have to change it. Sometimes it's just something that you got to accept about yourself. And then you go find somebody who can also accept that in yourself. Everybody who don't accept that in yourself, guess what? That's not your person. That makes the elimination phase easier for you. True enough, we want to be accepted by everybody. We feel like we should be accepted by everybody. In reality, we're not. We're not. I'm not going to be accepted by anybody, everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to be okay with that. But you got to accept yourself. So if people disqualified you for whatever reason, okay, that just means that ain't your person. Because once you do find your person, guess what? All of that's going to flow. 4 wands out here. So with the 4 wands, a part of that balance or whatever is exactly what I'm saying with that 4 wands. It's going to help you create a foundation because you're going to be with somebody where you're going to realize love isn't what you thought it was, where you have to work so hard, where you have to do this or do that or do that or break yourself or hurt yourself to do all this stuff. You didn't have to do that all along. All you had to do was first be truthful with yourself and find somebody that you can be truthful with and that they can be truthful with you. That both of y'all can give that positive give and take. No matter, I ain't gonna say no matter what, because everybody got their limits, but you know what I'm saying? The stronger that communication and that bond, the stronger that communication is between you two, the stronger that bond begins. That's why a lot of people who end up being friends for a long period of time end up getting married, because they've already created that communication bond. The hardest part about a relationship, the communication, being able to accept people for who they are and just letting it be. You know what I'm saying? Or being there for somebody when they need you most. You know what I'm saying? Without it feeling like it's a burden. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that right there is going to create that. It's going to lead to a beautiful foundation for you once you get that part together. Because now, you know, because right now you're just trying to learn yourself. If you still like turning up, whatever, then find somebody who, you know, be honest with you. Just because you like to turn up don't mean you have to have somebody who turn up with you. Sometimes you might get somebody who don't smoke, don't drink at all, but they can accept the fact that you turn up. It's possible. A lot of people think like, oh, because I turn up, I got to go get this kind of person because they turn up too. That's not true. That's not true. There was, just like Dave Chappelle once said, he said, people don't expect you to be honest. I mean, they don't expect you to be perfect. People expect you to be honest. Just be honest. But in order for you to be honest, you got to know the honesty inside. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself first before you can be honest with other people. And that's the way that it is. This is something that has to go, though. This Page of Wands, Page of Swords out here in reverse. This has to do about distortions that you're telling yourself, lies you're telling yourself, the lies that you're living. This has to do with a lot of lies and deceit and deception that you're living. You're living this shit, this right here, this deception right here. You got to let your desire to manipulate people, because that's another thing. When you are lying to your one way of knowing that you're not living truthfully with yourself is if you have to manipulate people to stay in your life. If you have to manipulate people or do manipulative things to keep people in your life, you're not living according to your truth, which means no one will ever genuinely, or you will always feel like no one genuinely and truly love you, because if you ever been who you truly are, you feel like nobody will ever accept you, when in reality, you never took the time to find the person who would genuinely accept you regardless who you are. And you would prefer to manipulate what you think you want in order to make it into what you need, what you want it to be. You're manipulating yourself and others to make it fit what you want. So how are you going to actually find genuine true love? You're not. You're going to always have that second, that third, that fourth, that fifth best person. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever say, oh, nobody, and that's another thing, people are like, oh, nobody's going to love you, or nobody ever loves me. There is billions of people on the earth. The people how many people have you dated? It don't matter what your body count is. There's still billions of people on the earth. And you mean to tell me there's not one person on this earth out of the billions that can accept you for whatever shortcoming or whatever it is that you have? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Yeah, and I'm supposed to, do I believe it is the question. Am I supposed to believe that? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It don't matter what you did or who you are. We all fall short. We all fall short. And I guarantee you, at least one person out of those billions is your person. But it requires you to be truthful. All right, going forward, you got the Queen of Swords out here in reverse here. Yeah, this has to do with living a lie, like I was saying with that Queen of Wands energy. The abusing what you know about people against them. You know what I'm saying? If you abuse what you know against other people, it put them in survival mode. And when they're in survival mode, it's difficult for them to genuinely, truly love you, themselves, and other people. But you want love. How can you have love if you're with somebody who's battling with themselves? Or you're creating an environment or forcing them to fight with themselves so that you can take the love from them that you want. So you can manipulate the love out of them that you want. That ain't true, genuine love, G. That ain't it. You got the Eight of Wands out here in the upright, yeah. Eight of Wands. So yeah, with this Divine Feminine in reverse here, you know, it's like, with this, it's kind of like you're gonna have to decide which path you're going to do. It's time for you to make a decision, okay? And I want to tell you that, you know, I want to be like everybody else, like, oh, you're living a sin, you're this. I'm not here to tell you all that. You know, I'm not here. If you're looking for that, if I have to, and it's true, that, you know, yeah, I'll say that. But I'll tell you that the biggest sin that you can live in your life is when you violate who you are against yourself. That's the biggest sin, okay, in my opinion. If you're living ingenuine to yourself, that's the biggest sin. That's it. Even if it's me. If I'm living in opposition to what I truly believe, I'm sinning against myself. That's the biggest sin of all. Will it happen? Yes, it's going to happen. But you have to acknowledge it, and you have to forgive yourself. And the only way to forgive yourself is to follow yourself back to the path of truth. Your truth. Your truth is different than my truth. The morals you believe are different than, I mean, some of them may coincide, but not all of them are going to coincide. If the man that cheat on you and abuse you and all that other stuff, if you feel like that's the person for you, okay. I don't agree with it, but I have to accept it. That's another thing about acceptance. Some of the stuff you accept, you don't have to agree with it. You ain't got to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? So with this eight of wands out here, it's time for you to make a decision though. You gotta choose the red or blue pill, left or right path. Get back on your path to being the divine feminine you were designed to be, so that you can manifest all the things that you want, or you can just stay where you are. Stay wounded and stay hurt. Continue to attract other hurt people, or attract things that don't serve you, that could also lead to deeper cut and wounds later. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I mean, and then in the heart space right here, you got the hangman in reverse here. Yeah, your whoever this is like, your heart is already cluttered and clustered. That's why this spiritual person up here that's been giving you advice and stuff, that's not helping at all. They think they're helping, but it's not helping you at all. It's not helping you. Because it's like this person is keeping you in a circle, because as soon as you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go love this person, I'm just going to see this person go come up with something else, and now you're going for a loop all the way back around where you started at. And then you start coming this way because you're going to love that person, and they tell you something else. Guess what? Bam! Right back in that loop. And then you get right here and you be like, you know what, I really think bam, right back in that loop. And while you're going around in circles in that loop, on if you should love this person or not, this person is starting to see that you don't really love them, and they start moving on, and all of a sudden, guess what? You're going in that circle all over again. You see what I'm saying? So you're being guided to surrender to your heart. What does your heart want for you? What do you want? Not necessarily what you want for your heart, but now it's time to decide what your heart wants the most. Does your heart want to go back to being that divine feminine, or do it want to, you know, stay where you are? And I'm not saying that you need a person to get out of that. Sometimes it's just, well, 100% of the time, it's you loving yourself. Loving yourself enough that, okay, this ain't for me. I love myself too much to drink this much every day. I love myself too much to take all these pills every day. I'm just going to kill myself. I love myself too much to watch this person go love somebody else because I choose not to walk away from this, or because I don't love myself enough to, you know, take care of myself like I should. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it just requires you to love yourself too much. I love myself too much I love myself too much than to force all my time in watching somebody who walked away. I love myself too much than to waste my time wanting something that didn't want to stay. You see what I'm saying? Last but not least, you got the Three of Pentacles here. So yes, this kind of gave me the vibe of teamwork, working together. Yes. So if you do get into a relationship, if you are thinking about a relationship, it will be better if you know you can't do it by yourself, or if you're afraid and you don't know, ask the person who you're in a relationship with to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, hey, this is my goal, this way, or this is what I'm working on, or whatever, and I need your help, you know, focusing on this part. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're divine feminine, or in reverse, you like to, you know, I don't know, sleep around. Let's say that's your thing. You like sleeping around. You like different people every day, or every week, or every month, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just, you know, but you want a relationship, or you're in a relationship. Then you just say, hey, you know, honestly, I just like sleeping with other people, you know? It ain't this, it ain't that, but I want to change it. If that's what you want to do, you want to change it. Okay, so then now all of a sudden, y'all role playing. now you change to something else where you role playing. Now you know your person's starting to wear wigs and costumes, and it's stupid. Oh yeah, it sounds very stupid. It sounds very embarrassing. But this right here is a creative alternative than going out there to sleep with everybody, catching everything, and bringing it back home. Who needs to know that you know wear costumes in the bed? Who needs to know? And even if they do know, so what? If I was to go after you, you're not my person anyway. You're not the person. You ain't gonna accept. Even if I wasn't doing this, you weren't gonna accept me anyway. So why would I care? Why the fuck do I care? I don't. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Whoever you are, whoever this person is, or whoever this is for. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be easy. I won't go like, oh, all you gotta do is, because I'm not that guy. I'm not that all you gotta do kind of guy. I'm just saying, just giving you a perspective to work with. That's it. My job ain't to tell you how to live your life. It's not to tell you you're doing wrong. That's what church is for, to tell you you're doing wrong and all this fucked up shit that you're doing in your life. I'll let church do all that. You know? But in this circumstance situation, it's like, it looks like you have an extra person in your relationship that shouldn't be there. You know, and not just that, it's kind of like you're battling with yourself on if you could trust this person, if you can love this person. If you believe you could trust this person, you can. If you believe you can't, then you can't. Why? Because everything starts in the mind. Okay? Who is that? The devil said that in, what was the name of that book? Paradise Lost? The mind is a place of its own. It'll create a heaven out of hell or a hell out of heaven. Which means that if you believe something is operating against you, if you believe something is working against you, it will. If you believe something is working for you, then essentially it will, you know? So, yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully this helps somebody. I haven't decided what I'm even label this shit, but all right. I love y'all all. Y'all take it easy, and peace.